Welcome to this quick guide about using Spider. First of all, open Internet Explorer and get into Pleiades.s webpage. Here in the project's webpage there is an icon for accessing the Spider demo. Here we have a flash introduction to access the different groups from the project. For example, in this case we are doing some tests with the Portuguese group from Kaya, and we are going to get into the group with the demo user, and we click on OK, and here we have this is the Spider interface, the new Spider interface for exploiting information and data from the system. Here you can see that there are two tab layers, and here in the layers one we have got the layers repository available for this group. Okay, we have different groups, images with temporal and without temporal component, vector layers and tables. Okay, and here in active layers we can see the layers already shown in the viewer. So in order to start, we are going to add some more layers to the group of active layers. For example, we are going to add the NDVI for the same year than the RGB. We are going to add a crop map from the 2008 year. And for example, we are going to add the crop irrigation requirement by plot and the nitrates layer. Okay, you can see that all the layers are being added at the top of the group of active layers, and you can uncheck all the ones you don't want to see. For example, in this case we are going to work with the crop map and the RGB layer as visual. Okay, we have unmarked, but the layers still remain here as active. If we want to remove them from this group, we should click delete. Okay, and here we are. In order to make the tooltip emerging, you should leave the mouse over the layer you want to modify. For example, here we have got also button for moving the layers inside the active layers group, and for example here we have got a new functionality for transparency. We can define transparency for the layer. Here you can see how the layer change, what could be very useful in some cases where you want to keep the colors legends but also seeing the raster underneath information. Then also here we have got the styles, for example, just the color legend for this layer, the default color legend, and the last one is just the zoom to the layer. Here we have. Okay, in order to deactivate, for example, the transparency functionality, just leave it to 0. Okay, here we are. Another important point is that here we have got the date range for querying information. Okay, there is a drop list with the pixel width used to query raster data, and here we have got the dates we are using to query data when temporal components is available. Then we have got here another new functionality, that is the extend, where we have defined for this group, this is adaptable to whatever group you are working with, and here we have got the first hierarchy with the zone. In this case we have got only one zone, two zones to the zone we have chosen, and here we have got all the owner coders we have got for this zone. Here we are, it is doing zoom to the owner, and here we have got the ID coders for the plots belonging to this owner inside this zoom. This is a zoom by content, very useful in order to get to not get lost when working with big amounts of factures or with wide regions of land coverage. Okay, you want to change to undo the things done, just do that. And here we are again at the top thumb. Okay. Here we have got the WMS button where you can add, for example, all the layers from OGC servers. For example, in the case, okay, this is not working properly. Okay, let's try. Okay, for example, in this case, we could add some kind of um, information, some kind of data from this server. Okay, and it is going to be added to the available layers in the repository, and you can add them here by clicking on that. And you are going to see, for example, here you can see the administrative limits. For example, this is a WMS from Spain, so you can see how you can integrate information from Portugal, for example, in Spider, and from official institutions from Spain in this case. Okay, and here we have got the web toolkit. Okay, web toolkits, the very typical from to all the region, zooming by box, or you can also do zoom by using the mouse wheel. You have got also the zoom out button. Okay, we can do also some movements with the maps in any direction. Okay, and we can also measure distances. For example, here we have got over 400 meters pivot here. Here we have got, for example, the query information buttons. In this case, we are going to do zoom in, for example, to this region, and we are going to choose crop irrigation requirement by plot, for example. Okay, and we are going to get some information of these plots. Okay, those 4 plots. Here is shown all the data available for this layer, and here we can see 2 buttons: the zoom to the feature button. Here you can change from one feature to another from the list. Okay, and here we have got the chart from table. Okay, if we click on this button, we are going to get the temporal evolution of the fields for this feature with a temporal component. In this case, it has been configured average, the crop irrigation requirement average in the plot during the year from all the images, and we are going to see this evolution. Okay, you can see here the evolution for this feature or for even that one, and the new functionality available also for the chart is, for example, enabling multi-chart. Here you can change from one chart to multi-chart option, and for example now it remains the previous temporal evolution, and here we have got the new one, so that you can compare the evolutions from different vector features, but also from different raster temporal evolution. For example, in this case, with the temporal information over the NDVI evolution, we can check into the pivot, and as we have got the multi-chart evolution activated, it is going to add the evolution of the pixels, so that you can compare evolutions from raster from different points at the same time, and also from the tables. Okay, for example, we are going to remove that one, and here again we have the evolution. In this case, as it's fixed to the default layered limits, it appears more beautiful, this time evolution. For example, in this case, we can mark the crop map, and we can see the temporal evolution of this plot during all the year by clicking on the date from the chart. Okay, so that we can we can monitor the evolution of crops. We can use Spider to manage and assess what water plans or exploiting information available from many different sources apart from the one inside the spider system. And that is